Kent State Ice Arena. So happy to be back home. Gabe Kalura, and I will be joined soon. No Chris Hodson tonight. Hope you're feeling better. But we got Nick Beck on the call with us tonight. Nick Beck out with a knee injury, and he's so kindly agreed to join us on this call tonight. So it should be an exciting night from the Kent State Ice Arena. Greek night, lots of fans in the stands, a packed house. Should be fun. Down to standing room only. Well, the opponent tonight, the Mercyhurst Lakers out of Erie, Pennsylvania. Fellow member of the CHMA. Of course, Flashes went 2-0 against the Lakers last year. Looking for the same result. Played each other on their respective senior nights, and they were on back-to-back nights. So obviously with the injury to Nick Beck, we'll get Alex Toth in the net tonight, number one. We get our second look at the freshman. 1-0 at home this year. Started the game against Toledo. Should be a fun one. Teams making their way out onto the ice right now. Flashes will be in their home whites. Mercyhurst rocking the new away blues. Typically, when you see these teams, it's blue for Mercyhurst. Typically, it's green, blue this time around. Looks like Brady Grove's going to get the start net for him. Of course, last year, we got to look at Jack Lim, very solid in the net. That 5-1 scoreline that occurred here at the Kent State Ice Arena was not a telltale sign of just how well the goaltenders played. And now joined by Nick Beck. How's it going, buddy?
Good evening, Gabe. How are we?
Fantastic. This should be fun. Well, we'll go through the top scores for both teams as the starting lineups are getting announced right now. Corey Skull, the number one scorer for Mercyhurst, 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 points. Of course, Cameron Glantz, Hayden Cox, Colby Bilski, and Jerome Oliver are names that you're going to want to keep an eye on for Mercyhurst. As far as the Golden Flashes, Hunter Hillebrecht, 5 goals, 2 assists for 7 points on this season. Looked very good. Jack Kinsman, the freshman. Freshmen have been strong this year, eh, Nick?
Absolutely. An amazing class coming in for Kent State.
Jack Kinsman, 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points. Tommy Kilway, alternate captain, 4 goals, 2 assists for 6 points. The captain, Zach Zarecki, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. No Jake Herberg tonight, but he's 5th on the team with 3 points. Starting lineup for the Flashes just about to get announced. Flashes will roll out Jake Friedman, Tommy Kilway, Jack Kinsman. On the forward line on the back end, it'll be Zach Barnes and Mitch Poswick. And in the net, Alex Toth.
This building is packed.
It is packed, and it's rocking, isn't it?
It feels good.
Well, we'll go down to the ice for the national anthem. And then it'll be time for puck drop. almost time to do that hockey.
Coming off that 9-5 loss from Duquesne, Kent State should be buzzing. We should have some good energy and a chip on our shoulders. We should come out strong here.
Yeah. It was a tough game. I know you mentioned to me earlier it was kind of tough to play in, obviously, and I can imagine why. You surrender 9 goals, never want to do that. See what kind of adjustments Zachary Nowak and Aaron Hernandez, the whole coaching staff, have put into play here. An important game for seeding purposes. This is the second divisional game of the year for the Flashes. Of course, the first one against Duquesne last weekend. Sticks are banging on the boards. That means it's time for hockey. Jack Kinsman going to take this face-off with Jack Roll at center ice. Sticks are down, puck is down. We are underway. A puck drifts towards Brady Grove's net. He's able to sweep it aside very easily. Puck's going to be sent all the way down by defenseman Jerome Oliver. It's going to go on net for Alex Toth. He'll smartly just cover it up. He had Matthew Hill crashing into his crease area. Don't want to turn the puck over there. We get our first stoppage just 13 seconds in. Another face-off. It's going to be Riley Vertosnik. Saw him last year for the Mercyhurst Lakers. Back this puck comes for Jerome Oliver, one of the top 5 point getters we mentioned at the top of this broadcast. Gets it across to his partner, John Hanlon. Spins it along. Trying to go to roll through center was Hanlon, but it got away from him, and it comes to Poswick. Uses that backhand to go along for Jake Friedman. Able to nudge it ahead now for Jack Kinsman. Jack Kinsman, one of the craftiest forwards on this team. Seems like he can make space out of nothing. Comes along for Kyle Vent. Going to use the boards. Try to get it along to the captain, Zach Zarecki. Stepping into him was Aiden Chan, but Zarecki gets around him on the far side. Zarecki takes a peek, goes back looking for Hillebrecht, just drifted by him. Pass was broken up by Vertosnik. And now it is Zarecki again on the near side, but it escapes the zone. Across it comes for Kyle Vent, sends it down. Dump and chase for the Flashes. Crashing back is Dodge. Here's a sent puck toward the net. First save for Brady Grove on a shot that came from Hunter Hillebrecht. Far corner, it's Jonathan Gabriel. Hillebrecht sweeping one toward the net, using the goaltender paddle to sweep it aside was Grove. Dodge is able to get it as far as center ice here, and then Mercyhurst does nudge it further. Brian Ostershell will send it diagonally into the zone, where Jonathan Gabriel will be the first one to get it. Gabriel in the backhand, tosses one in front. That shot just goes wide. A good opportunity for the captain, Zach Zarecki there. Crashing in to hold the line was Donovan Palmer. Going to be taken away here, though, by Jake Kazan. And hits the ceiling. Low ceilings here at the Kent State Ice Arena, Nick.
Oh, yeah. Keeps it fun. Keeps it in tight.
Well, you're obviously on this team. What adjustments do you think Coach Nowak is looking to make here early on?
Early on, it's going to be a lot more speed, a lot more intensity. I mean, already we've had way more shots than we would have in previous games. I think the main thing is going to be continuous pressure, not giving up, not letting up, and just getting fast for good pucks.
Keep that foot on the gas pedal, if you will. Held at the line there by Henry Check. Trying to dump it out of his own zone there was Opresiu. This one's nudged ahead now by Corey Skull. Leader in points for the Mercyhurst Lakers. On the far side, nudged along by J.S. Florick, and the Flashes breakout 2-on-2. Check with Florick. Check strong on the puck. Able to work his way around. Takes a body from Cam Glantz. And a good play by Opresiu to force him off the puck. This one elevator to center. Glove down by Colby Bilski. Gains the blue line, dumps it in. Toth waves at it, can't get a piece of it, so it comes all the way back around for Skull, who sends one fluttering just wide of the blocker side. And around this puck will come for Corey Skull once again. Skull walking the point. Lets one go from the middle point. Hit a body in front, never got to Toth. Twisting with it now, this is Colby Bilski. Bilski goes down low for Barry. Barry has it knocked away, Savate Thompson is in there to help out on that near side. Now a battle to a side for it as Barnes helps out. Picked out by Corey Skull, tried to whip a shot toward the net, never got there. Zach Barnes doing a good job holding his man off, who loses his stick, and now able to race the other way is Thompson. Thompson using the boards to get it over to Kyle Baxton. Baxton tried to twist his way around a defender, could not. Kochenauer took that away. And it can be swept along by Colin Berry. All the way down it comes to where Vent will play it. Kyle Vent on the near side. 3.5 have come and gone. Ahead comes Tommy Kilway. He gets positioning. Tommy Kilway in with Gallo. Tried the centering pass. It was blocked. It still squirted toward the net. And a great save by Kyle Vent to keep that puck at the line. Flashes did think it came out. It looked like everybody was coming to tag up, but a great play by Vent to keep it in. This is Kilway motoring on the far side. Kilway hauled down, no call. Kilway moves it to the near side corner. Dumped around by Oliver. Back to the point, Ostershell. Point to point, Vent. Lets it go from that left point. Never got to Brady Grove. Baxton hands it along for Joey Gallo. Gallo scored his first goal of the year in that loss to Duquesne. Was a pretty play. And now here come the Lakers 2-on-1. It's Colin Berry. Surveys, lets it go. Swallowed by Alex Toth. His first test is answered. 15:41 to go in the first period. Still no score from the Kent State Ice Arena. Gabe Kalura and Nick Beck. Energy in the building's high. Always love to see that. Here's a quick shot off the faceoff that came from Vertosnik. Fluttered wide on the near corner. Hillebrecht going to nudge this one along for Zarecki. And racing the other way was Hillebrecht. Couldn't quite scoop it up in stride. Toth is going to stop it behind his own net and leave it for Kyle Holmes, freshman defenseman, 18 years of age. Pretty impressive that he's playing with some guys that are far, far older than him. And Coach Nowak warned him of that when he came to this program. He said, I don't care.
He's been nothing short of exceptional so far. He's played up with guys, 4 or 5 years above him. He hasn't shied down or shied away, I would say. He's kept his pace, he's kept his intensity. He's gone up against guys 5, 6 years older than him. I'm excited to see more from him this year.
Holding his own is Kyle Holmes, and he's playing with another first-year guy in Donovan Palmer. There was a tough angle shot that came from Jonathan Gabriel that Brady Grove was just able to handle. And he does freeze with 15:08 to go. Good opportunity, just trying to get rubber on Grove as fast as they possibly can. Early and often, that's what we're looking for. Face off to the right of Grove. It'll be taken by Hillebrecht against Hayden Cox. Off the tie-up. Now they poke away, battle for it. In there is Jake Kazan, but it's eventually won away by Zach Zarecki. Sends it to the near side corner. Hillebrecht going to drop it off. They cycle. Gabriel down low to Zarecki. Donovan Palmer pinching up aggressively into the zone. Gabriel will fill his spot for the time being. Hillebrecht along for a shot from Palmer. It was a sneaky one. Got the outside of the net. Zarecki tried to drop it off for Gabriel. He was run over. Both of those guys slow to get up behind the play. That was Jerome Oliver that delivered the hit to Zarecki. Kyle Holmes calmly plays this one along for Hillebrecht. Hillebrecht turned over, and now Josiah Kozak trying to move the other way. Zarecki puck pinballing all the way around in the neutral zone. Eventually it works its way to Bilski, who will come in for Mercyhurst. Bilski trying to race around Kyle Holmes. He's having none of that. Shut off nicely by the freshman. Back to the point it comes. Dodge. Thought about it. Let it go. It flutters up into the mesh off the stick of Tommy Kilway. We get a stoppage with 14:08 to go. As the teams continue to feel each other out a little bit here in Kent, Ohio. The city on the Cuyahoga River.
As much as I'd love to be out there, it is a nice change of pace being behind the glass. You get a lot more appreciation for your team watching them as well from the stands.
Yeah, absolutely. It is Jake Friedman. He'll break in on a 2-on-1. The defender fell down. Friedman races in, fires a shot, tried to go near side, and it might have gotten a piece of the blocker of Brady Grove, but nonetheless, great opportunity for Jake Friedman, snuffed by the Lakers. Here's a turnover by Poswick. It works its way to Bilski for a shot, stopped by Toth. Here's a real test, a good opportunity from the high slot area, and now it comes to Jack Kinsman. He works in 2-on-2. Crisscrossing with Jake Friedman now, takes it all the way down low. Kinsman hits the brakes, gets pressured. In to help out there is Jake Friedman. Played his 100th career game recently. And it is Friedman in there to dig it out again. As is Kinsman. But it works its way to Corey Skull eventually. But he turns it right back over to Kilway. Kilway to Kinsman. Good positioning there by the big Corey Skull. Big power forward. And again, it's picked out by Kilway. Brady Grove says, I've seen enough. I'll just melt this one down. 13:07 to go. Early and often chances. Student section's rowdy, Nick.
They are happy to be here.
And so are we.
Absolutely.
At least I am. Tie up, shot, Grove makes the save, puck is loose, and a great opportunity for Florek, denied by Grove. Possibly the best chance yet for J.S. Florek. And a great save by the Mercyhurst goaltender, Brady Grove. Forces another face-off. It'll be taken by J.S. Florek will do it with Kochenauer to the right of Grove. Kochenauer won it cleanly. Works its way to Cam Glantz, but a turnover. Tough angle shot that came from Czech. Melted down with 12:53 to go. Still no score, but a lot of the game has been played on this side of the ice, Nick.
It is good to see Kent State buzzing in the Navy zone.
J.S. Florek going to take yet another draw with Davey Kochenauer. Kochenauer won it, and along it comes to Nick Vaselli. Colin Berry working with it for Mercyhurst. Got a quick shot off that was turned aside by the right pad. Bodies tumbling all over the ice, much to the delight of the crowd here at the Kent State Ice Arena. It is Czech working with Rankin. Delayed offside on that play, so Nick Vaselli can fly the other way. Vaselli tries to work his way around Holmes, puts a body on him in the corner. Good play by Kyle Holmes. Pair of righties on this deep pair as Zach Barnes is out there with him. Bouncer sent toward Brady Grove. He will hold onto it, as he had Joey Gallo crashing towards him. 12:15 to play in period number 1. Lots of good chances for the Flashes, possibly none better than J.S. Florek's chance off the faceoff. As people are still working their way into this building, this is just a beautiful sight to see. Feel like a kid in a candy store right now. Joey Gallo off the tie-up. Now it is racing the other way, Matthew Hill. Quick shot. It flutters wide. That came from Vertosnik. Pitching up to help out there is Jack Roel, but now taken by Barnes. On the far side. Sends it around and escapes the zone. Cleaning it up is Colin Dodge. Goes across to Chan. Chan tried to work it into the zone, and he did, but behind the red line. Icing is waved off, however. Savate Thompson tried to nudge it out of the zone. Dodge kept it in, sent one wide of the outstretched glove of Alex Toth. Played his junior hockey with the Columbus Mavericks. Might sound familiar because Mitchell Gillespie played his junior hockey in the same place. Of course, no Mitchell Gillespie tonight, still dealing with the head injury. Here is Ostershell, makes a nice move. Strong on his skates. Puck deflects toward the net. A chance in front there for Zarecki, and he couldn't quite sneak it by Brady Grove. Never a bad idea to throw it on the net. Dangerous chance and a big hit from Brian Ostershell. The crowd responds to that. It was Jake Kazan that took the check in front of the Flashes bench. Saucered ahead for Gabriel, and he couldn't quite corral the puck. Came screaming towards his tape. Sent around and controlled now by Kozak. Creating a turnover once again is Jonathan Gabriel. Zarecki surveys, has options in front. Where will he go? Twisting. Zarecki again. Gives it. Kinsman. That's Hillebrecht, rather, with a quick shot that goes wide. The rebound. Oh, what a save by Brady Grove. Gets the push from left to right. Picked out again by Hillebrecht. Flashes just suffocating the Lakers in the zone right now. Ostershell tried to throw another one toward the net. It was blocked. Racing the other way now is Glantz. Picked his pocket from behind to Jonathan Gabriel. Gave it right away, though. And back this puck works to Kyle Vett. Delayed offside. It is Zarecki dusting it off. Protecting, using the backhand to send it in as far as John Hanlon, who controls now, and Hanlon sends it as far as Donovan Palmer. Palmer using the boards, racing ahead is Jack Kinsman. It's a foot race. Winning that foot race was Oliver. Here comes Bilski, and now racing ahead is Kilway with an opportunity. Diving out of this crease was Brady Grove to make the play. My goodness. Kilway, that puck does escape eventually and come all the way down, and we have an icing.
We have seen a great handful of high opportunity chances from Kent State, and we're just over halfway into this period.
It's been pretty much a perfect start aside from having a goal. I mean, this has been suffocating pressure. Really good to see. Face off between Bilski and Kinsman. Kinsman wins it cleanly. Kilway whips one. It gets the glass behind Grove. Puck loose and eventually does work its way out to neutral ice. It'll drift back to Zach Barnes. Goes across for Holmes. He was checked into the wall, and now it is Colin Dodge. Dodge ahead for Oliver. Just tips it by Kinsman. Delayed offside as Friedman's racing back into the zone. Took a weird bounce off the dasher. Squirted its way back into the high slot area. Passed just too far in front of the outstretched stick of Corey Skull, and dropping back is Kyle Holmes. He was hurried along there, and it does work its way to neutral ice. There's a big collision again. Dodge tried to send it in, and he did. Holmes, then Barnes. Played geometrically now to Henry Check, who moves in with it. Sends it diagonally in. He took a big hit from Corey Skull. Collisions all over the place. That's ACHA hockey. It's physical. It's a fun brand of hockey. Check tried to work his way into the zone. He was denied entry, but he does get the puck right back here. He enters with Rankin. Rankin, curl and drag. It came to Ostershell. Puck still loose. Grove lays out to make another brilliant save. Ostershell protecting. Moves it along to Vent. Fires through traffic and a kick save made. Good vision by Brady Grove to see it there. J.S. Florick will move it down low. It does get its way to Rankin. David Rankin couldn't quite corral it. Now blowing a tire was Bilski, and it does get all the way down. This will be an icing. So a tired bunch of Lakers won't be able to change. Gotta think Flashes are going to be very aggressive here and try to take advantage of this. Counter with the identity line. Joey Gallo, Kyle Baxton, Savade Thompson. Bilski will take the draw to the left of his netminder. Gallo won it off the tie-up, still loose, and it is picked out eventually by Vaselli. He turned it over. Creston stepped into a man. Nick Creston not afraid of contact. Nick Creston found out he was playing about an hour before this game started, and came to us, Nick, and he said, I'm going to go chug a gallon of water, I guess.
Whatever you got to do to get ready for the game.
Nick Creston playing on the back end, doing a little bit of an experiment there. He's a natural forward, but last year this worked with Mitchell Poswick, so why not give it another go? This puck lifted through center, now controlled by Glantz. Trying to use the boards, and he did. Gallo took a big hit, and he is slow to get up. Glantz will send this one in. We got a delayed penalty, and it's going to be against Mercyhurst. Racing ahead is Gallo. Gallo protecting the puck nicely. Curl and drag, couldn't get by. Frozen by Brady Grove, and we will see the penalty assessed here.
One of the main things Kent State's been looking forward to this year was letting cooler heads prevail compared to last year, trying to keep the penalty minutes down, hoping to see some of that come into effect tonight. So far, so good.
It's a divisional game. It'll always be chippy. These are the teams you play twice a year. And gives us a chance to take a look at the special teams numbers. The power play is something the Flashes definitely want to be better at. Just 9% on the year. As far as Mercyhurst, the penalty kill is something they'd like to be better with, sitting at 58% on the year. So this is areas that need improvement, to put it nicely. It's areas that need improvement that are facing off against each other. We'll see who prevails here. Johnny Gabriel's going to take this face-off with Jack Roll. And we've got some scoreboard issues here. So we'll try and sort this out. That's Zach Henry that's working the clock in there.
That is.
So, after some technical difficulties, there was 6:58 to play in the first period. That's back up there. It'll be a 2-minute power play for the Flashes. High sticking, I believe, was the call. Didn't quite catch the number as to who it was on. Looks like it is 11 in the box. That would be Cam Glantz. Still waiting on that penalty time to get put up on the clock here. I think the Flash's faithful is getting a little bit restless. As are we all. They are itching to see this power play get going, aren't they?
There has been many, many, many repetitions of power play and penalty kill this week in practice. I'm excited to see it.
And so away we go. Clock hasn't started yet, though. Now it is. Here is Gabriel opening up for a one-timer's Ostershell. Lets it fly. Blocker save made. And the rebound, Kinsman sweeps it through, and it just drifts through the crease. Jonathan Gabriel drifting. Gabriel across to Ostershell. Very offensive-minded defenseman. One of those guys that also played in Columbus. Here's a shot. They score!
Number 13, are you surprised?
It is Hunter Hillebrecht. Working into the slot area. And the Flashes draw first blood. It's 1-0. Love seeing a goal, especially on the power play. Good puck movement. Ostershell works it in deep. And a centering feed works its way to Hunter Hillebrecht. That's his 6th goal of the young season.
One of the deadliest shooters on Kent State. I couldn't even imagine facing him on a 5-on-4 opportunity.
It does give a little bit of a unique perspective, doesn't it? We've got a goaltender that faces these guys in practice every day. Of course, we can attest to the fact that Hunter Hillebrecht's a lethal shooter, but this is a guy that has to face pucks from him. That's got to be terrifying.
Can't imagine being the other team's goalie.
Colin Dodge, it's a power play goal for the Flashes. Kyle Baxton's able to create a turnover in behind the net, and it works its way back to Barnes. Flutters one wide, and Brady Grove never saw that. Gallo trying to protect. It works its way around. Matthew Hill tried to nudge it out, but holding the line was Kyle Holmes. High to low it goes for Joey Gallo. Tries to deliver a check. Aiden Chan's able to just spin away from him, and now holding at neutral ice is Kyle Holmes. Works it down. Dodge will nudge it ahead just as far as center, where Kyle Holmes will control and drop back into his own end. Jack Kinsman twisting. Drops back behind his own net. He's going to be hurried along here by Roel. Look at Jack Kinsman go down the left wing, creating an opportunity. Kinsman curl and drag, got by, and a lifted shot to the short side. Getting a piece of it was Grove. What a rush there by Jack Kinsman. Back this one comes into the Flash's end. Nick Creston surveys. Gives it along to Kinsman. Kinsman, the Buffalo, New York native. Gives this one along to Jake Friedman. Palmer fakes one way and returns it to Friedman. Gains the red line, dump and chase. It's going to find Jack Kinsman first. He'll be hurried by Glantz, but he's able to nudge it deeper. Here's a chance in front for Friedman, and it didn't go. Tried to bank it in off the netminder. Great opportunity for Jake Friedman, wouldn't go. Corey Skull can race the other way. Across this puck finds Colby Bilski with a snapshot. Save made by Toth, no rebound, and no further play.
Credit where credit is due to the Mercyhurst goaltender. Facing an onslaught of shots in the first period alone, he's been keeping his team in it so far.
And Brady Grove been solid in net. Opportunity that comes from the slot from Josiah Kozak. Jonah Kozak, I beg your pardon. Spinning his Ostershell. He's able to work it as far as the point where Oliver lets one go, and using the trapper for what it was designed for. There is Alex Toth to melt it down. 4:39 to go. 1 goal to speak of in this game. It's a power play goal that belongs to Hunter Hillebrecht. It's 1-0 Flashes. Gabe Kalura, Nick Beck, our guest announcer today on the call. 2-on-2, rushing the other way as Jonathan Gabriel tried to sweep it into the zone. Hillebrecht not afraid to step into a man, and here is Gabriel trying to run the gauntlet, and he does end up with that puck. Gabriel on the near side, got it to Hillebrecht. He surveys, fires a shot. Grove, I believe he got a piece of it. He was going down. Zarecki nudges it down low. Hillebrecht in front for Gabriel with a quick shot. Tried to go short side. It flutters up into the mesh. Good stick by the defense. Talk about a guy with a lethal wrist shot. How about Jonathan Gabriel?
One of the tallest, quickest, strongest on the puck players I've had the pleasure of playing with. So elusive when he shoots.
Some of these guys, of course, have adopted the Austin Matthews method of changing the angle with a little curl and drag right before you let the wrister go. Changes the angle. How does that change the angle for the netminder? Does it make it tougher to save the shot?
Makes it a lot more work to save that shot. Not as easy to read, a little more foot movement. Takes a lot more than just take one from the blue line, that's for sure.
Barnes works this one ahead to center. Rankin crashing in, and it is Florek now. Look at J.S. Florek working his way in, throws it across the seam. Nobody home. Henry check now. Check, it finds its way. Rankin with a quick shot. Good blocker save by Brady Grove on David Rankin. Good play by Kyle Holmes. That would have been a 2-on-1 if he didn't corral that loose puck, and he did. And deeper it goes. 3:20 to play in the first period. 1-0 Flashes lead. The goal by Hunter Hillebrecht. Palmer using the boards to play this one along, was looking for Gallo. Thompson's going to have to hold up as everybody was in the zone a bit prematurely. Colin Dodge using the boards to his advantage, but now ahead it comes for Kyle Baxton. If he can get positioning in, he'll be free. Baxton now twirls. Gives to a streaking Donovan Palmer, who couldn't quite corral the pass. Would have had a free lane to walk up right down the seam, and there's a slapper that goes into the Mercyhurst bench. And we will have a face-off, I believe, here at neutral ice. 2:55 to go in the first period. Wholesale change for both teams. Face-off will be right in front of the Kent State bench. And it'll be taken by Jack Kinsman and Jack Rowell. Rowell wins it back. There's Cam Glantz on it. He sends it deep. Toth will use the paddle to play it along for Nick Creston. Creston tried to move it along. He took a hit along the boards, and now Creston does get it to Kilway. Racing ahead, it's a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Pass across was just a bit too far in front of Jake Friedman, who takes a spill. Waiting on this one, but swooping in was Kilway to take it away. Elevates one toward the glass. That stayed in play. Kyle Vent tried to keep it in at the line. Here is Jack Kinsman. It's neutral ice now. Kinsman dropping back, protecting. He's hurried by Rowell. Picked up again by Kilway. Tween the legs, pass there by Friedman. Couldn't be controlled by Kilway. Battle for the puck in the far corner, and it does eventually work its way out of the zone. I believe this will be an icing, and it will be. No change for Mercyhurst again. Minute 59 to go. And the Flashes will look to take advantage of a tired bunch of Mercyhurst players once again. Hillebrecht will take the draw. Wins it cleanly. Back it comes to Barnes. Right point, Barnes lets it go through traffic, and a good save made. Boy, the vision of Brady Grove has been impressive so far in this game. There could be a lot more than one on the board for the Flashes. Just a barrage of shots. You alluded to it earlier, Nick. He is facing a tough task right now. This puck flutters just wide. Jonathan Gabriel fakes one way, goes the other. Sends it all the way across to Zarecki, and a bad change behind the play. Zarecki with Hillebrecht across. What a save by Brady Grove. My goodness. He's keeping him in it. Zarecki, power move toward the net, just goes wide. Read that pass all the way, and he'll dive on top of this one and freeze it. What a push from left to right from that netminder, Brady Grove.
Hoping we don't see a RMU Liberty case here where their goalie keeps in a 60-shot game, keeps within one goal.
How about Robert Morris beating Liberty? That in itself is a crazy thing.
They've always been a tough team to play, and it's the ACHA, man. Anything can happen.
Anything. Henry check on this battle. Eventually it does work its way away from him. Jerome Oliver sent it out just in front of Kazan. And offside, and taking a hit after the whistle was Kazan from J.S. Florek. 1:01 to go. 61 seconds. Face-off will be right in front of the Flashes bench once again. It'll be taken by Hayden Cox against J.S. Florek. Righty on lefty. Donovan Palmer Under a minute to go now in the first period. Down it comes. Trying a tough angle shot that time. Toth trying to locate it in the slot. Turning shot, and they score! It's Jake Kazan. It's tied. One of those instances where it's never a bad idea to throw the puck on the net. And Toth struggled to locate it, and it ends up behind him.
Defensive zone breakdowns is never a good thing. Even if it's no one's fault, could just be a weird bounce. Having bodies in front of the net is never a good idea.
And of course, those late period goals, big for the momentum, right? Flashes will try to answer. They've got 42 seconds to go. This will be icing. So they'll have a face-off down in the Mercyhurst end. You never want to surrender a goal at all, but especially not in the last minute of the period. And this is a period that the Flashes have really just dominated. They've controlled all the terms.
A little reminiscent back to the Duquesne game we just played. Us having the first whole 10 minutes of the first period to have shots and give a little bit of a slaughter to them, but them having 6 shots and 3 goals, we never gave up. We never rolled over and let them kick us. We kept battling, and hopefully that's what we're going to see here today too.
Have to be fierce competitors when you play in this league.
Resilient.
Resilient, that's a good word. I like it.
Breaking out the dictionary today.
Oh, yeah. 29 seconds to go in the first. Clean face-off win. Racing ahead is Gabriel. 2-on-1 with Zarecki if they can work it out, but whacked out a play by Cam Glantz. World Series heads back to Houston if we're talking about baseball and stuff. 3-2 lead for the Astros. They look to close it out on home turf. And if they can't do it in Game 6, they'll have Game 7 too. Working out of the zone is Matthew Hill. Hill has it ripped away by Zarecki, and now racing ahead is Hillebrecht across for Gabriel. 10 seconds to go. They blow it dead for offside. Close play at the line. The linesman rules that somebody was a bit overzealous. Now I'm the one breaking out the dictionary, Nick. Ten seconds even to play in the first period. Hillebrecht will take this draw with Bilski. Back it comes to Cam Glantz. 8 seconds now. Corey Skull works it as far as Kyle Vent, member of Sigma Chi on Greek night. And that's it for one. So, 20 minutes have come and gone. 1-1 is your score at the end of one. Goals from Jake Kazan for Mercyhurst, and a power play goal for Hunter Hillebrecht has evened things at 1. Period 2 just about set to get underway from the Kent State Ice Arena. Gabe Kalura, Nick Beck, the beautiful game of hockey, treating us with another good one. Through 20, it's 1-1. Goals belong to Hunter Hillebrecht and Jake Kazan.
A lot of chances so far for Kent State.
And it has been a dominating performance so far. And they surrender that goal late in the first. So, let's see what the Flashes can do for the next frame. Goaltenders have switched sides. Alex Toth to our left, Brady Grove to our right. You can't talk enough about the play of Brady Grove in that first period.
Long changes in the second period. It could either make or break a team.
Absolutely, the long change can be brutal. Jerome Oliver gets us started. Period 2 is underway. Matthew Hill can bring this one ahead, sends it on the near side all the way down. Barnes back to play it. He's able to backhand it along for Friedman. Tries to nudge it further, but an opportunity that squirted toward the net from Vertosnik was easily handled by Toth. Battle for the puck on the far side now. Working for it there is Kilway, but it works its way free, and a quick shot that came from Roll was turned away by Toth. Using the glass to send it down is Friedman, dropping back as Oliver. He's whacked at by Kinsman and twists. Gets as far as Jack Roel here through center. Pair of fours meet as Kyle Vent gives him a shove. Roel will head to the bench on a change. Tommy Kilway looking to work his way out of the zone. Zach Barnes sends it down into the neutral zone. Cam Glantz controls it now and works it back in. Two teams begin this feeling out process once again. Barnes takes a check that came from Colby Bilski, and now working with it is Friedman. Friedman sends it diagonally all the way in, goes off for a change. This is that period of long change we alluded to. Need to get it deep in order to perform these wholesale changes. Vent had it at the line, and it did escape. Offside the call, 18:43 to go in the second. Bit of a sloppy start to that period.
Not many chances for either team there.
Let's see what happens after this draw. Clean win from Hillebrecht. Vent tried to work it in deeper, and the puck controlled now by Bilski, and he will send it down. Bouncing puck can be corralled now by Ostershell, who nudges one along for the captain, Zach Zarecki. Gabriel nudges it out with the backhand. Kneels down, sweeps it away from Glantz, but it does work its way back to a Priziu. Vent touches one along, looking for Gabriel, just missed him. Back down it comes Apriziu, fakes it, goes back to Glantz, his partner. Glantz, across the ice it comes now for Bilski. Works in, cuts inside, lets it go, he scores! Colby Bilski with a ripper over the blocker of Alex Toth. That right-handed shot coming down the left wing side. Always going to be a lethal opportunity. This one beats the goaltender. Mercyhurst takes the lead. It's 2-1. Is there any chance for the netminder there when they fly in on their off wing like that?
When you have a guy coming across the slot on his forehand, it's kind of go big and hope for the best.
Understandable. David Rankin tried to work it in. He took a hit, took a face wash. And back this one comes. Working the other way is Kozak. Jonah Kozak has Cox with him. Tried to go across. Cox couldn't quite corral it. This one elevated into the bench and caught by the goaltender for Mercyhurst, backup goaltender, who is not on my roster sheet. I would say his name, but I don't know it.
Speaking of the roster sheet, I don't think I see more than one or two guys from before the 2000s here. Young squad for Mercyhurst.
Very young squad. Average age was around 19. So this is a squad that is in a bit of a rebuilding phase. Of course, had a rough year last year. Struggles have leaked their way into this season, but played a confident start to this second period after nudging one in at the end of the first, rather. Still a lot of hockey left to play, and Mitch Poswick dusts this one off. Works it through the neutral zone, sends it in deeper. So Thompson will be the first one to this. Tries to send it toward the net. It was broken up by the big defenseman John Hanlon, who sends it in. Vertosnik with a backhander and a save made by the right pad of Toth. That leaked through the crease. Dangerous rebound if somebody was home. That couldn't be held at the line by Jack Roel. And back it comes. Glance. Can't get it out. Good hold by Savay Thompson. Glance tries again, and again it's kept in. Poswick steps up, makes a move, throws one toward the cage. Kyle Baxton was the only one in the area, and he couldn't get wood on it. And now it is Glance the other way. Glance tried to hit Hill through center, and now it is Roel on the near side. Roel gets hit. That's Gallo. Slams a bouncing puck in the direction of the net that never got there. Kilway takes a shove, and it is Roel again. Matthew Hill takes a shove there from Kyle Vent. Vent trying to work it in, and it does escape eventually. Good twist there by Tommy Kilway to work free. Kilway has Ostershell moving in. Pass was just a bit too far in front of him. It's a tough thing to do. Long reach for Brian Ostershell, who corrals this puck again on the far side in front of his own bench. Ostershell across. Kilway with a shot. Blocked. And that forces Kinsman to drop back as Vertosnik had it. There's a big hit on Kyle Vent. And puck's underneath him. Digging at it is Colby Bilski there. And now some pushing and shoving. Somehow play didn't stop there. That was an interesting sequence. Bilski using the backhand to send this one in. Kinsman is there on it along with Ostershell, who wins the battle. Zarecki. There's a big collision between Friedman and...
Talk about killing two birds with one stone there. One white jersey and two blue on the ground.
Mitch Gainzer took a big hit there. First time we've seen him on this night. And there's a freeze from Alex Toth. Friedman knocked down two guys, you said it. Took out two with one hit. Little bit of a dazed start to this second period. Packed house looking to cheer in the tying goal sooner rather than later. Under 15 to go in the second period. Gabe Kalura and Nick Beck on the call. Happy to have our starting netminder with us. And now here comes Gabriel. Gabriel, a saucer pass, and Grove just cut that off. It's an unorthodox method that he just used, but it worked. That was a saucer pass from Gabriel all the way across the slot. And Brady Grove just dove out there and said, we won't take any chances.
The way he's playing tonight, I wouldn't be taking any either. Solid game so far.
Palmer works it as far as Gabriel, but Mercyhurst is eventually able to work it out of the zone. It does come back deeper. Hanlon trying to go to his strong side. A stick goes flying, and it belongs to John Hanlon on a big hit by Hunter Hillebrick. Bit of a size difference there, but it didn't matter. And there's another big check. This one delivered to Cox. Loose puck. Eventually won there by Gabriel, and now a potential odd man rush if they hurry. Gabriel trying to work his way free, and he did, and a shot saved by Grove. Excellent skating by the elusive big man, Johnny Gabriel. Creates a chance and forces a face-off in the Mercyhurst end.
The reach on Jonathan Gabriel is something I've never seen in my 13 years of playing hockey. He could be on one hash mark, and he could poke check it from the other side of the circle. It's something to see.
Makes a big impact on the game, both literally and figuratively, does Johnny Gabriel. This is Henry Check. I feel like I say that every game. I guess I think I'm funny. This is Check again. Lets it go, and a loose puck. Grove does have it. Pads just sticky enough to keep that one out. 13:45 to go. Brady Grove has looked like Velcro tonight. Tie up. Check works it loose. Check gets it in front for Rankin. A backhand shot. Puck deflecting all around. Check fires again. And it's blocked by Glantz. One back by J.S. Florick here. Florick gets it to Poswick, and deeper it goes. Good shift from this line of Henry Check, David Rankin, and J.S. Florick, all first-year players on this Division I roster. And here's a pass that works its way to Matthew Hill. A backhand shot swept away by Toth. Vertosnik tried to send it in from a tough angle. It hit the skate of Toth and stayed out. This is Dodge again. Dodge gets by Baxton and sends it deep. Barnes takes a peek over his shoulder. Decides to go right. Works it as far as center. Chan lost it. Here's Savay Thompson. Tried to curl his way around. That was Jake Kazan that crashed in, the man that has the first goal for Mercyhurst in this game, and he did break it up. Corey Skull tried to send it to a crashing Kobe Bilski, but Kyle Vent was having none of that. Dodge. Dusts it off, gives it to Bilski. Bilski sidesteps Poswick, 2-on-1. Bilski again fires in a save made by Toth. That was almost a carbon copy of that second goal, flying in on a 2-on-1 on his off wing. It comes in front for Skull. That was blocked, I believe, by Baxton. Thompson steps up to avoid a check from Skull. Baxton will change, as will Thompson. Period of the long change. As we mentioned, Gallo from behind, and they're going to deliver a penalty on this one. So Mercyhurst will go to the power play for the first time. It's a power play that, well, has also struggled. 1 for 28 on the young season. That's 3.5%, Nick. Now, I'm no math major, but that's not good.
3%, not much. Hopefully we don't see it crawl up tonight.
Face off here. So the first power play of the game for Mercyhurst. Kent State power play is 1 for 1. They give Gallo 2 for roughing on that hit from behind. Zarecki clears.
Great net front presence there by Zach Barnes.
Have to clear out, make sure your goaltender can see. Oftentimes your goaltender has to be your best penalty killer. Twirling, now this one works its way to Cox. Back to the point for Oliver. Oliver sends one toward the net. Kneeling down to block it was Brian Ostershell. Cox hauled down, no call. And it works its way to Zarecki. Ostershell jumps in the rush for a 2-on-1. Zarecki across for Ostershell. They blow it dead on an offside. And so, snacks being delivered to Nick Beck and I.
Mama Beck never ceases to amaze me.
If you're curious, they're banana nut muffins. One of my favorites. I don't know if she knew that, but she nailed it.
I think ever since Pee-wee's playing back in Youngstown, whenever they sell banana nut muffins at the concession stands, she has always bought me one.
The banana nut muffins.
Keeping traditions alive.
One of those hidden traditions. And so, Cam Glantz. 60 seconds have come and gone on this Mercyhurst power play. Back to the point, this one finds Figueira. Figueira again. Saucers one down low. Jack Rowell back to Figueira. Surveys across. Shot. Came from Bilski. Fluttered high. Figueira. Back to Glantz. Glantz passing it around, playing catch. Looking for a hole in this defense. Hole in the diamond. Bilski went all the way around the net. Now plays it across to Figueira. He has a look. Never let one go. Puck still hasn't gone on net, and it's slammed out. Great play made there by Tommy Kilway. Jack Kinsman races in and wins the puck. Kinsman across Hillebrecht. Save made by Grove. And he'll dive on top of it. Looked like Hillebrecht had a lot of room if he was able to let that go a bit sooner. Of course, on your weak side there, tough play for a right-handed shot to make.
That play doesn't happen there either without Kilway getting down, getting gritty, blocking shots in the neutral zone. That's
Really,
the guy you want in front of you on the PK.
really good penalty killing there from Tommy Kilway. Hillebrecht looked like tried to do the old Mario Lemieux, take a shot off the face-off, didn't work. Gallo's free from the box, so the penalty kills 1 for 1. And that 3.5% power play gets a little worse statistically on the season. Zarecki able to work it out of the zone. Crashing was Gallo. Zarecki is able to glove this one down now. Couldn't locate the puck. Blew a tire, and now the other way come the Lakers. But a nice play made with the stick of Brian Ostershell. Puck skipping in the high slot area. Coming across to clean it up as Hillebrecht plays it across for Vent. He'll survey. Give it along to Gallo. Gallo strong on his skates on the left wing. He's hauled down. Lost the puck in the process, and across this one comes to Dodge. Trying to bunt one out of the air was Zarecki. Ostershell was whacking at a man. Toth is going to let this one play out. Vent, period of the long change. Ahead it comes to Zarecki. Drop past check. Lets one go, and a save made once again by Brady Grove. Strong game for this netminder.
Like you said earlier, like Velcro, it seems like every puck is sticking to him. Gonna have to find different ways to beat this guy tonight.
Haven't been that many rebound opportunities. Of course, those are the ones that you capitalize on, those greasy goals. He might look a little unorthodox at times, but he hasn't really given up much. J.S. Florick couldn't quite hold the line there. Chan works it to Kazan. Flying through center now. Here's a quick shot that goes into the net from Jonah Kozak. You can bet all the money in the bank that Alex Toth wants that one back, but it was deflected, changed direction, and slid right by his left skate. The Lakers double their lead. It's 3-1.
Doesn't matter what level you play at, who you're playing with, you're always going to have weird bounces. You're always going to have certain plays that just don't add up for you. Nothing to hang your head over, though. Still a 3-1 game, just over halfway into the second period. There's still lots of hockey left. And I think you still have a very energized Kent State hockey team out there.
Is it easy to get demoralized when you play against goaltenders like this that seem like they're just stopping everything?
A lot of times you got to look to your teammates. You know, whether you want to or not, you have faith in them. Those are the guys playing in front of you. And if you're willing to play hard for them, you got to expect the same back. So,
Jack Kinsman falls back into the zone. 8:15 to go. 3-1. Mercyhurst now leads. Kilway. And race through center. Good stick by Jack Roel. Knocks it away from him. Vertosnik goes across, put for Roel, and he scores. And now, a 4-1 game. These shifts right after goals are always so important for both teams. And for Mercyhurst, man, have they been handling those shifts well. So a 3-goal deficit now for the Flashes. Face-off won by Kinsman. A lot of tension now. Here is Vent. Across for Ostershell. Sends it in. Grove leaves it behind. There's a big hit. That could energize the boys a little bit. Ostershell. Deep. Zarecki. Working on that far side half wall. Hillebrecht dumps it in. Crashing after it is Zarecki, but Dodge wins the foot race. Zarecki trying to pick his pocket from behind, could not. And now here comes Mercyhurst again. Corey Skull fires one in, hits the dasher, goes off of Toth. Broken stick and it belongs to Colby Bilski. Trying to take advantage of that, but turned it over at neutral ice. Glance, trying to angle one in there was Skull. Couldn't get good wood on it. Gabriel gloves it down. Jonathan Gabriel was big in the comeback effort against Toledo. Lets one go, a good opportunity. Stop with the right pad. Savay Thompson holds the line. Baxton gives it down low, looking for Gabriel. Got around him. Thompson tried to touch it back to the other side. Nobody was home. Twisting and putting one back deep is Vaselli. And Sapriziu. Back it comes for Poswick. Sent it just by Baxton. If he got a piece of it, this will not be icing, and it will not. Apriziu now. Checked by Savay Thompson. Now they battle for it in the corner. 6:10 to go in the second period. 4-1 Mercyhurst leads. Baxton steals. Tries to send one toward the net. Couldn't get a piece of it. And now it is Baxton again twirling. Baxton tries to go deep for Rankin. He'll win the foot race. Flashes trying to just keep pressure on Mercyhurst here. Have that change in the offensive zone the second period. Working his way in was Gallo trying to get an opportunity. It's taken by Glance again. Henry Check comes over. This puck flutters out toward the point. Barnes fires one toward the net. It's blocked by Glance. There's a huge hit by Gallo. In front of the Kent State bench, Henry Check for Poswick. And here comes Rankin. Watched by Oliver. Good hip check by Jerome Oliver. Gallo will change. Looks like he's feeling the effects of a hit he took back in the offensive end. 5 minutes to go here in the second. Oliver lifts it through center. Kazan. We'll leave it behind for Cox here. Tried to move it in for Kozak. In a game that quickly got out of hand in the second period. Flash is looking to build some momentum headed into the third. Puck turned over. Hanlon lets it go. Goes wide of Toth. Kazan. Tie up. Good play from behind made by Poswick. And now Check bends down, chips it into the zone. No icing. No counter with this first line once again with Zarecki, Gabriel, and Hillebrecht. Zarecki trying to find it. And poke it loose. Held at the line by Palmer. Back behind the net it comes to where Jerome Oliver can play it. Through center. Waving at it. No icing. Toth will hold. A whistle and a face-off. What do you think the message is now? That surrender 3 quick ones. Well, not 3 quick ones, but 2 quick ones, we'll say.
Well, unfortunate and fortunately, we have been in this situation before. We find ourselves in it again. And even looking back at Toledo, we came back from behind, played a solid game, came out on top. I don't think much changes here for Kent State. I mean, all week, even in practices, it's been about intensity, speed, grit. Like we said, just staying with it. I don't see how that would change now.
Gabriel whips one, comes behind the net. There's a hit delivered by Hunter Hillebrecht. Gabriel trying to work free, and he did. Fighting for that loose puck, has his stick tied up. Trying to work it free. To a side, they'll battle for it behind the net now. 3:45 to go in the second. Zarecki's eventually the one that picks it loose. Beg your pardon, that's Hillebrecht. Backhander tried to move it into the slot area. It was broken up by Vertosnik. Twisting now is Ostershell. Everybody's tagging up. Grove kneels down to make that stop. Off the dump in that was on net. Vertosnik. Between the legs it goes. There's a shot from Hill. And getting a piece of that with the blocker was Toth. Here comes Gabriel. Jonathan Gabriel with an opportunity. Dips the shoulder, tries to take it toward the net. Thrown in front, chance for Hillebrecht. Oh, what a save by Brady Grove. They can't beat this guy. Another unreal stop on a good look for Hillebrecht. Wow. What a performance.
For as small as he may look down there, he has taken up a lot of net.
The way he has been able to contort his body at times, has really made that net look a lot smaller than 24 square feet. Glance sends one deeper, under 3 minutes to go in the second. Works into the slot for a chance for Glance. That rhymed, and that puck also went high and wide.
Almost hit the field post there. Field goal.
Here's Kilway trying to curl and drag his way around Glance. Could not do so. That puck flutters all the way on net. In the period of the long change, that's very fortunate for Mercyhurst. And this one will be icing. 2:32 to go in the second. Ideally, you want to get to the locker room with another goal, but don't need it necessarily. At the point, Hanlon lets it go. It's blocked, and he took a hit from Friedman. Kilway works it free. Across it comes to Barnes. Barnes whacking at it. Puck loose, and now corralled by Friedman. Jake Friedman thought about letting one go. Now takes it all the way, and back it comes to Palmer, who fires. Never got on net. Good block by Skull. Kilway battling down low. Works it free. Kinsman, low to high. Palmer tried to work it deeper. Soccering one along was Palmer. It finds Check. Check fires. It's blocked by Oliver. Good play by Jerome Oliver. Check down low for Kinsman. Tough angle shot. Good save made again by Grove. Palmer, lacrosse style down out of the air there by Henry Check. Back to the point it comes again for Palmer. Palmer fires another block by Corey Skull, and they work it out. Mercyhurst looks like they're hungry right now for a win. Whistle and a hand pass. Minute 19 to go.
Man, they should start taking track of batting average out here. I've seen countless pucks taken out of the air tonight by Sticks.
Both teams able to execute their changes. Face off. Nudged ahead and sent deep by Aiden Chan. Toth trying to keep things moving. Got it to Rankin. Puck loose, worked free by Check, and now a chance for Floric. J.S. Floric is in. Backhand try and a save again by Brady Grove. Remember the name, clearly.
You know, I don't think it's been a lack of effort tonight that is reflecting the score, but more of a conversion of opportunities.
They've had the chances. You're definitely right about that. Gabriel wins the puck back, works it to Zarecki. Backhand try, puck still loose. And nobody can locate it. Now Zarecki does. Works it back to Vent. At the point, Zarecki wasn't expecting the feed to come back to him, it appeared. Held in by Gabriel, trying to weave his way around the traffic. And he's got that puck on a string, it looks like sometimes. Around it comes to Vent now. Vent whips one, puck loose. Another save by Grove. Tried to bank it in there, did Hillebrecht. And across it comes in the slot area. Puck still bouncing all around. And somehow it stays out again. 20 seconds to go in the second. They break in with Vent. Onside play. Around it comes for Dodge. Probably content with just running the clock out here. 8 seconds to go. And that's what they're going to try to do. And that's what they will do, in fact. Period 2 is expired. Bit of a shocker. 4-1. Mercyhurst leads this one at the end of 2. We'll be back for the third period. A second intermission we go. And some fun antics at center ice. Period 3. These 20 minutes mean the most, and especially given the current score line, which reads 4-1 in favor of Mercyhurst. Big 20 coming up. Need 3 to even it up. We've seen a comeback at home this year already against Toledo. We've seen a hard-fought game against Lawrence Tech. Gonna need a Toledo-esque third here. Gabe Kalura, Nick Beck.
Howdy.
Period 3.
Back in business. 20 miles, 20 smiles.
Face-off opening the third period, won by Jack Kinsman. Puck fought for, eventually corralled now by Friedman. Moves it ahead for Jack Kinsman. Kinsman, curl and drag, moves in, save made by Grove, follow-up try. Blocked with the stick of Hanlon. That would have been a good one to have right away. Icing is the result. Brady Grove. The whole city of Erie is on the shoulders of Brady Grove right now, it feels like. Playing a phenomenal game in net.
I feel like you're manifesting something up here, Gabe.
Oh, man. We'll see. Jonathan Gabriel tossed it in front. How did he stop that? Great chance for Hillebrecht. The left pad of Grove kicks out. He's seeing the puck like it's a beach ball right now. Trying to move it ahead is Gabriel. I just stepped on Nick's foot.
It's all right. Just don't let it happen again.
Controlled now by Barnes. Moves it ahead for Hillebrecht. Zarecki now. Hillebrecht center drive. Hillebrecht gets the puck. Never got a shot away toward the net. Back it works towards Ostershell. Thought about pinching and smartly did not do so. Figueroa fires toward the net. Frozen by Toth. And a stoppage. 18:51 to go.
Not seeing any quit yet. Kent State still chugging away at it. Still getting opportunities.
Just need to start seeing some of those go in. Tough to believe that none of them have gone yet, aside from just one, and it was a power play goal. Nothing at even strength yet. Corey Skull behind the net, works it to the point. Sent in deeper right away by Dodge. And now it is Friedman corralling it for Kent State, using the glass to get it out. Aiden Chan drops back. Chan through center. It's one back by Ostershell. Dump and chase. Kilway going to deliver a body. Now a fight for the puck ensues behind Brady Grove. Follow up by Friedman. Works it in front. Nobody was home back door. Slammed toward the net by Holmes.
Ooh.
Puck is loose. It bounced off the wall. Off the glass. Right in between the wickets.
Now, if only we can get that to happen, the puck going the other way.
That was probably the luckiest, one of the luckiest bounces that could have happened right there for Mercyhurst.
To be lucky, you got to be good. To be good, you got to be lucky.
Face off, one to the back. Shot by Holmes through traffic. Never got to the net. Countering once again with this top line that's created so many chances tonight of Gabriel, Zarecki, and Hillebrecht. Good play by Gabriel to hold the line. Gets around Corey Skull. Look at him work with that puck. Johnny Gabriel. Lost it. Gave a whack to Corey Skull. It's dumped in. Mercyhurst will change. 17:30 to go. Onside play. It's Gabriel. Curl and drag. Couldn't work his way around. Lost the puck. Back down it goes. Foot race between Kazan and Holmes. Icing is the call. Holmes wins it. 4-1 deficit. Obviously, you're just looking for the next one right now. How do you chip away at a lead like this in the third period?
Just keep plugging away. Keep reminding yourself what this is all about. You got a league game on hand here. A big 2 points up for grabs.
Now racing the other way. That was Kozak. Toth behind the net. Keeps his composure and plays it along. Friedman has Kinsman racing through center. Got it to him. Kinsman, backhand try. Got the glass in behind Grove. Tries to center the puck, and it works its way to Poswick at the point. Fluttering puck goes high and wide. Hanlon for Mercyhurst. Able to play it out as far as center where Friedman corrals it. Gives it to Poswick, who drops back. Trying to use the boards to work it along for Kilway. Barnes, I think that was a little bit firmer than he expected it to be. Oliver reverses. Going for Hanlon. Tipped in here by Kazan. This will also be an icing, with 16 and a half to play in the third. Need 3 to tie. And obviously you can't surrender another one. Seen a couple wild games at this ice arena so far this year. Of course, the 3-2 shootout loss to Lawrence Tech. Lawrence Tech, one of the premier teams in the country right now. Zarecki drops one down low for Hillebrecht. Gabriel gets it whacked off his stick by Hanlon. Back to the point, it works its way to Vent. Throws it through traffic, somehow hit nothing and went wide. Ostershell, puck loose in the slot. Good chance for Hillebrecht there, he snapped it wide. Kazan racing in on the pinch was Kyle Vent. Gabriel holds the line again, chips it along for Zarecki. Beg your pardon, that's Ostershell, the defenseman. Working his way in. Check delivered. Here's a shot from Vent. Diving behind the net is Brady Grove. And now, oh my goodness, Hanlon and Zarecki behind the net. That's the first real post-whistle scrum we've seen. And that was a really violent collision. We'll see if any penalties result from this.
And of all people, you don't normally see Zarecki getting into scrums like that.
They'll both go. The captain, Zach Zarecki. He did take a whack after the whistle, but taking exception was John Hanlon. They'll send them both for roughing. So we play 4-on-4. Beg your pardon, we won't do that. Flashes get a power play. Extra one goes to Hanlon.
I could have.
No,
there are.
No, it is 4. It is 4-on-4. Oh my goodness. 2 minutes to each. We will play 4-on-4. Coincidental minors. So there's more space out there now for your playmakers. And no surprise that Kinsman and Kilway are the pair that's out there. And across it comes to Kilway. What a block by Aiden Chan. Might have just saved a goal.
Good positioning there in the D zone. Take a risk putting a body in front of the net like that, but sometimes it just pays off for you.
They get Barnes on for Holmes here. Face-off tie-up. Barnes across to Palmer. Fires through traffic. Save made. Puck's loose. Kinsman couldn't corral it. Kinsman does control it in the far corner again. Pinned to the wall by Chan, but works free. Spinning away now is Kinsman. Kinsman works it in front for Palmer, who's in deep. Kilway's forced to drop back and play some defense. And loses an edge. And it is Kilway again, taking a peek up ice. Works it in. Nudged off his stick. Good play made there by Vertosnik. Falling back is Barnes. Kinsman, smooth skater, great stick handler. Hauled down, penalty. Hillebrecht finds it. Toth to the bench. Extra man comes on. And Mercyhurst does get possession. So 4-on-3. A lot of room.
And lots of ice out there to be used.
Might ponder. Thought they would think about using the timeout here, but they won't do that.
You know, you practice your special teams in practices a lot throughout the week. You're doing 5-on-4s, 5-on-3s, you know, just the normal stuff. Not often do you plan or anticipate a 4-on-3. That's a lot of ice out there.
Tried to whip it around. It was held in by Ostershell. You got a couple of guys with some long reaches working the points right now. Here's Gabriel. Huge power play here. Chance in front for Kilway. Grove located it. The vision has been elite tonight. "52 seconds. We'll play 4-on-3, and then it'll be a bit of an abbreviated 5-on-4 situation when Zarecki and Hanlon are freed from the box. Kilway works it back for Hillebrecht. Hillebrecht has Ostershell backdoor, doesn't go there, instead goes center point. Hillebrecht thought about it, cuts in, fires, and a save made, trying to find it was Kilway, and again, no rebound for Brady Grove.
Chances on top of chances here. Something's got to start clicking for us here.
Here is Rankin across to Palmer. Palmer shoots, it's blocked. Gets it back. Palmer across to Rankin, and now it's Kinsman. Kinsman for Friedman. Friedman shoots. That didn't get on net. Oliver corrals it and dumps it. Big time. Toth will leave it there for Palmer. Looking to your big guys to make a play. Now, Donovan Palmer confidently leads the rush through center and takes it all the way down low. Zarecki free for the box, and a pass just in front of him. Hanlon's going to win this foot race with Kinsman, but Kinsman takes the puck from him right away. 40 seconds, they play 5-on-4. Rankin saucered it across. Kinsman didn't expect the pass to come. I think he heard the thud of the boards and turned around. The puck was right there. Zarecki for Hillebrecht. Hillebrecht drops it off to Ostershell. Ostershell lets it go, and it's swallowed by Grove.
This is that point of the game where you're going to have to start looking internally, see where you can find any little bit of energy and leave it out there.
Leave your heart on the ice. That's the message right now, I think.
Seemed to be the main message and theme upstairs in the locker room in between periods. Play with heart, play with pride, just keep going.
Ostershell across for Gabriel. Lets it ricochet off the boards and takes it in deep. Good stick by John Hanlon. And that hit the mesh. So the faceoff will stay in the zone. Flashes catch a break there. Clock is still running. Clock is still running. Not helping themselves out here. Clock reads 12:49, and we're going to roll with it, I think. Kinsman fires! Oh, my goodness, somehow stays out.
Having a tough time over there in the timekeeper's booth.
That's Zach Henry. No reason I'm mentioning that. It's just, no, it's a fact. It is Zach Henry over there. Him and Bennett running the show.
At least the music's working today.
We always
that going for us.
Always have that to lean back on. Czech tried to locate it off the tie-up. Couldn't do so. Vertosnik's able to work it further. Taking a spill was Floric behind the play. Bilski lost it, and now it's Rankin up the right wing. Gives it to Czech, tried to quickly return it to him, and a good play made there by Jake Kazan. Into the feet of Vertosnik, this one goes. Racing after him is Barnes. A shot by Vertosnik, a save made, and the rebound was dangerous, but corralled. Back to the point it comes, and now down low. Here is Filgueira. Here's a shot again from the point that came from Glantz. That was stopped by Toth. 12:04 to go. Start to get more and more nervous as time runs lower and lower. Roel to the point. Dodge sends it deep. Hill battling for it there, but it finds Gabriel first. Whips it up the ice. Zarecki's ahead of the pack. Icing's waved off, and it's just going to be frozen by Brady Grove. Not a bad decision. But the faceoff will come down into the Lakers' end. Pace of this game has slowed down considerably since those man advantages for the Flashes.
Seeing a lot less speed, but a lot more body being laid out.
Shot from Holmes, tipped, and Grove just seeing the puck differently right now. That's a great save. Flash in the leather, getting a little fancy with it. Tie up. Gabriel has it. Works it to the net. Saved by Grove. Still loose. And he freezes again. This line is creating a silly amount of chances, really. There's no other way to put it.
Probably one of the best and most acrobatic performances I've seen from a goalie.
Hey, he's been throwing himself around quite a bit, hasn't he?
But he seems to get everything on that puck.
Holmes, pressured by Roel, makes a good play to get it along. Friedman soccers one into the zone. Foot race, and he'll win it. Coming out of his net to play it, slamming one toward the net was a chance for Friedman, backhanded just wide. Good opportunity. Kinsman tried to force it right to the net as Grove was scrambling to get back in his cage. Kinsman again. Kinsman tries to take the inside against Oliver and did. Oliver trailing the play, though, is able to take the puck away and elevator it to center. Gabriel broke it up. Tries to work in. Stepped into a good hit. Gabriel again. Feel like we've only seen two lines in this period. All the way down, this one comes on net. Toth will hold it. These are games you have to have. And the fight is looking tougher and tougher as time goes on. Face-off won by Hillebrecht. Ahead for Zarecki. Gabriel, 3-on-2 as Ostershell hops into the rush. The pass was behind everybody. Trying to hold the line is Hillebrecht, rather, and he did do so, but puck is lifted out. Ostershell collides with Laker in deep. Top line is starting to show a little bit of fatigue. You can tell they played a lot of hockey tonight. Hillebrecht still working hard and delivers a big hit there. Point Ostershell floats one. It's blocked and cleared. And that will be icing. Now you want to get fresh bodies out there, and it's going to be Savate Thompson. Savate Thompson, Joey Gallo, and Kyle Baxton. Face off with Gallo and Cox there, won by Mercyhurst. Trying to work it out of the zone, but Barnes held it. Thompson let a shot go that was relatively harmless and fluttered wide. Cox will get this one around for Kozak. Good body delivered to him by Baxton. Kozak gets it out.
A lot of slapping at the puck that shift.
Yeah. Really just
good to see Barnes settle it down there in the zone.
Palmer races in, frozen. Just trying to halt any sort of momentum that the Flashes are building. That seems to be the name of the game for Mercyhurst right now. Throw them off any sort of rhythm they develop, and it's working. Kinsman. Kochenauer on that draw. Kochenauer won it. Poswick falls back. Poswick protecting. It flutters and hits Coach Hernandez. Right in the leg. He seems to be all right.
No need to call Art over. No examination needed.
Former coach of the Worcester Oilers. Puck fought for here at neutral ice and eventually won back by Kilway. He gets it into the zone. Dodge took a hit. Kinsman trying to pick it free, and he will, but it's knocked right back away from him. Poswick just tries to send it deeper. Chan cut it off. Here is Dodge. Tipped in. That's exactly what Mercyhurst wants to do. Get it deep, don't ice it. Poswick got by Hanlon. Foot race now between Oliver and Kinsman. Kinsman is there first, taken all the way to the wall. Kinsman takes a hit and a penalty against Mercyhurst. Another power play coming up. Got to be careful here. You don't want to even the score. Well, you do want to even the score. You don't want to even the score figuratively. You know what I meant.
Absolutely. Especially playing on the team last year. That has been a nice change of pace to see from this team this year so far. Not a lot of penalties, a lot more composure. It's what you need in front of you.
Staying a lot more disciplined. It's got to feel good as the goaltender. Not consistently having, you know, more guys on the other team coming at you than you have. That was almost a breakaway for Corey Skull if he could corral the puck, and he stands Kinsman up.
As much as people love cheering for those hits, Jack did his job there. He separated man from puck. He got it back to his team, and we're on the rush again. Little insight there for you.
Ostershell, appreciate it. Any sort of insight we can get, we love. Flashes catch a break. That puck hit the linesman. Gabriel flips it skyward. Taken by Dodge. And ahead. Vertosnik works in on the backhand, and a save by Toth. He's forced to freeze. Mercyhurst does their job there for certain. .7:28 to go. You need 3. On the power play for the next minute 10. And it is controlled now by Zach Zarecki in the near corner. Coming over on him was Roel. He's able to move it towards Donovan Palmer. Puck was just a bit too far in front of him. Now Barnes trying to get something, anything going on the breakout. Careless with the puck there. And it's Vertosnik. Works it to the slot for Roel. Palmer finally cuts that off. And now no one's after the loose puck. Zarecki is. And a turnover again. Sloppy power play here. Hanlon snaps it all the way down. Foot race between Barnes and Vertosnik. Barnes does his job to close the man off just enough. David Rankin racing ahead, 20 seconds. Looking at one more rush here with the man advantage. Friedman tried to move it to Rankin. Puck pinching up there was Kyle Vent. Zarecki works it free, and it finds Rankin. Rankin sidesteps his man, tries to work it in tight for Zarecki. Puck fought for, kneeling down is Vent to keep it alive. Vent moves it to Rankin, who snaps it right through the crease. Ostershell on the pinch. And now Cox the other way. Vent loses an edge, and now it's Jerome Oliver with a shot. Good blocker save. A good reactionary stop there. Long shift for Friedman and Zarecki. They both fall back. Hillebrecht wins the race. Hillebrecht trying to work his way in front on the backhand. Kazan took space away from him. Ostershell from the right point. Under 6 to go. Two aside, they'll battle for the puck in the far corner. Vent will change. Poswick on behind the play. Ostershell will as well. Palmer enters. Oliver gets it to Kazan. One-on-one with Poswick. Poswick Does a good job with that body positioning. And wins the puck back. Gets it ahead to Gabriel. Puck again caught in the feet of the official. Gabriel moves ahead. Took a hip check from John Hanlon. Roel was looking to move it ahead to Corey Skull. Gallo has it. Across to Poswick. Worked in deep. Under 5 to go. Dodge. Pressured in a big way by Baxton. Quick shot. Save made. There was the rebound. They didn't get it. And another penalty here? Or is the net off the moorings?
If it is, it only looks like a centimeter or two.
Net is off the moorings. So the faceoff stays in the zone. Bit of a break for the Flashes there. A game where they can really use any break they can get. Four to 1 Mercyhurst. Coming into tonight, I don't know that anyone expected this to be the line this late in the game. Shot that came from Barnes, fluttered wide. Oliver works it ahead to Skull, tried to work it out, could not. Fired toward the net, and a good save made again by Brady Grove, who has been the #1 star of this game without a doubt. Faced a heavy amount of shots and has only allowed 1 goal. Barnes works it free. Racing ahead now is Kyle Baxton. Baxton fires. Good save made. Puck loose. Swinging at it was Gallo. And now a potential odd man rush if they hurry the other way. Corey Skull tried to get it in front. Man was hauled down. No call there from the official. Puck in the corner. Digging at it. And a man gets hauled down by Corey Skull. That man was Joey Gallo. If there's trouble on the ice, you'll usually find number 22 in white in the middle of it.
More like on the bottom of it.
It's moving ahead and taking a shove was Barry. Friedman was not expecting the pass. That'll be icing. 3:20 to go. Running out of time. I think they played a good game.
I think both teams played very well tonight. I think a couple things could have been changed, or a couple bounces could have went the other way, but
off the tie-up, it's taken ahead by Jack Kinsman. Kinsman leaps to avoid a check, but still took one from Colin Dodge. Palmer trying to work his way to the slot area. Toth to the bench, extra attackers on. Chipped down by Kyle Holmes, and look at how tall Johnny Gabriel is to glove that one down. Gabriel looks determined. This will be icing. 6 attackers out there for the Flashes. After an icing as well. This would be a program-defining win for Mercyhurst. 6-on-5. Gabriel throws one toward the net, flutters wide. Early goaltender pull, but you need it. Shot to the net, that's all. Colin Berry finds the empty twine. 5-1 Mercyhurst. Clock is running. Tie up. Face off 1. Barnes flutters one in. Puck on top of the net here. One back by Savay Thompson and then picked free again. Wonder if we'll see Toth come back to the bench with a 4-goal deficit now. Poswick trying to work ahead. Baxton tosses it in front, looking for Savay Thompson. Back to the point, it comes to Barnes, can't hold it. One of the biggest crowds we've ever seen here at the Kent State Ice Arena. They were silenced almost as soon as that first period was over. Fielded by Barnes and sent in. Past the outstretched stick of Jonathan Gabriel, falling back now is Hillebrecht. Ostershell goes down and then takes exception to the hit that he took. That's just a frustration penalty from Brian Ostershell.
Tempers definitely rising now.
Now you just want to get everybody home healthy. Back to the drawing board, and then tomorrow, another ranked team on the schedule in IUP. What will be another important game moving forward. IUP 25th in the country in the first computer ACHA rankings. In Indiana, Pennsylvania tomorrow. Here's a breakaway for Tommy Kilway. Kilway's in solo. Shot it wide. Couldn't quite work it free again. Short-handed breakaway. Now Kilway is able to create another turnover. Tries to saucer it in the slot for Kinsman. Puck deflects. And now here comes Rowell on a 2-on-1 with Hill. Rowell fires, and it blocked by a sliding Zach Barnes. Played the 2-on-1 well, took the shot away.
57 seconds left, a minute 24 left on your PK, down by 4 goals, and you're still jumping in front of shots, trying to block them.
Shows the team has heart. You can't deny that.
You're not going to find a lot of quit in this team this year.
Obviously not the result you want. It's been a bit of a tough start to this season. Ever since that 5-2 win at Syracuse. Of course, dropped the next one. Here is Zarecki. Trying to work his way around in a freeze by Grove. Dropped the next one, and you played in both of those games, which I think a lot of us were surprised by. That's two full games in 20 hours.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens this weekend, having IUP tomorrow. Me being day-to-day, I'm not sure what I'll be able to do or when I'll be able to dress. So we'll see what happens.
Third goaltender on the roster is Patrick Christo. .35 seconds to go, and we continue talking about just, you know, how this season started off so strong in Syracuse. You drop the next game. I think splitting that road trip was really the best case scenario. Sweep Toledo. And the start of division play has not been kind. Giving up a combined 14 goals in 2 games against divisional opponents. And Mercyhurst gets their win here at the Kent State Ice Arena.
Stanley Cup win over here for Mercyhurst.
Sure looks like it, doesn't it?
Well, at least the goaltender, you played a hell of a game. You played hard.
Well,
you celebrate however you want when the score is 5-1.
5-1 your final from the Kent State Ice Arena, and if you want to name 3 stars, you can make them all Brady Grove, because he's really what kept Mercyhurst in this game, what won Mercyhurst this game. Unbelievable performance from number 35 in blue. Was stopping everything, looked like Velcro. I would venture to guess he probably had over 40 saves easily.
I'll tell you what, too, the scoreboard may not have reflected it, but Alex Toth in net tonight, his second game in the ACHA. Only his second. he still stood on his head. He faced a lot of great opportunities. He's a great teammate, both goalies. The second we can see Christo in a match, it's going to be amazing. But for him tonight, I wouldn't hang his head.
It really was a good performance by Alex Toth. You know, a lot of difficult shots that he faced, and he held his own. I think, and you mentioned his second career start. He was 1-0 beforehand. His first start was, of course, the home game that we played with Toledo here, and on Greek night, Mercyhurst storms in and gets a 5-1 win. Nick Beck, thank you for joining me on this broadcast. Pleasure to do it with you, buddy.
Always fun. Pleasure to be here.
Final score, 5-1. Mercyhurst gets the win. For Nick Beck, I'm Gabe Kalura.